Eukaryotic cells are the types of cells found in protists, fungi, animals, and plants. Just as with prokaryotic cells, there's a plasma membrane that surrounds the cell. However, in most eukaryotic cells, there's no cell wall or capsule that surrounds that membrane. The internal structures of a eukaryotic cell are also much more complex than a prokaryotic cells. You find a good number more internal structures that have more complicated functions than you find in a prokaryotic cell. The plasma membrane, just as with a prokaryotic cell, is made up of molecules called phospholipids. These phospholipids have a unique structure. At one end, they have a phosphate head. That phosphate head is hydrophilic and is attracted to water. The other end of the molecule is composed of lipid tails, which are hydrophobic and repel water. Because of this structure, the phospholipids spontaneously form a two-layered membrane, or a phospholipid bilayer. This serves as the plasma membrane of the cell. One layer will be situated with its polar heads facing outward and its tails facing in, while the other layer is just the opposite. Its polar head faces inward and its nonpolar tails face out. This orientation is favorable because it positions the polar heads in contact with water molecules found in the extracellular space in the cytosol, creating two hydrophilic regions. The nonpolar hydrophobic tails are directed toward each other, effectively shielding them from water and creating a hydrophobic region that acts as a barrier through which movement of molecules is controlled. The plasma membrane of a eukaryotic cell is part of a very large network of membranes called the endomembrane system. The cell we're looking at here is an example of an animal cell. The endomembrane system again is composed of the plasma membrane and a number of other organelles found throughout the cell, including the nuclear envelope, the endoplasmic reticulum, the Golgi apparatus, lysosomes, and transport vesicles, each of which we'll cover in some detail throughout this presentation. In addition to these, you'll also find centrosomes, mitochondria, peroxisomes, and ribosomes throughout a eukaryotic cell.